a delegate of the Federation of African Journalists, FAJ. I don't have a question, I have remarks. One of the panelists, I didn't get the name, said, sometimes the media houses don't have the money to keep their journalists. I have a different view. Oftentimes, in fact, most of the time, the money is actually there, but they are not spending it on the journalist. We find that when we have this conversation about the sustainability of the media, we completely forget about the journalists and their dignity. And I have found that the word dignity is not even part of this conversation. We let the journalists, if we just go around, we put up our hands, we'll see the majority are journalists. And that just gives us an indication of how important journalists are when it comes to the media. The media cannot exist without the journalists. Yet when the media houses have money, they spend it on their editors. You will get into media houses and you see the significant difference of income between editors and journalists. You find that an editor is driving the latest Mercedes, Audi, what kind of car, they stay in the most luxurious suburbs. But the journalist doesn't have as much as a taxi fare to go home. At times they have to walk home and they find their belongings outside because they've been kicked out. They couldn't pay the rent. But that same evening, the editors are having a dinner at one of the poshest restaurants. And this is a conversation nobody is having or willing to have. Another thing is that when we are journalists, the media, we talk about government and their cronies and corruption. Cronyism also exists in the media. In this sense, I'm talking about when you go to organizations as journalists looking for funding for one or the other project, you will hear, please get this media house, get this editor on board. And we talk about pluralism. That's at times even a pillar of some of our conferences. Oftentimes even the most important pillar. And yet that is not what we are doing. Back home, we see that just one particular or one or two media houses are getting this funding. So why are we not addressing these issues if we are truly, truly seeking to solve this problem? Thank you.
Thank you.